Oh my lord, did we have some spiciness in this episode? Ooh, it was burning. Man, I cannot believe what was going on. Like, I said last week that she was going to be able to feel his thing. I'm thinking like, maybe her leg is in the position. She's going to be like, ooh, what's that? I did not envision that she's personally going to feel his frog, if you will, and then come back and be like, yes, it's definitely a frog and somewhat large and or something, and then start talking about, oh, it's just some slimy in it. It's like, what do you think was gonna happen when you push him over the edge? It became like him wanting to tell her the secret to him like, oh, you are dishonoring my honor here. Oh, do you want me to show you this frog? It like flipped the script. Like the whole point was to tell her, like every moment he had a chance to tell her, it was like something else got in the way. Like his other emotions got in the way. Like we all know how he was deprived of his toys, his favorite toys when he was younger. So he has some childish tendencies. But here it was, he had a chance to tell her. She was like, no, trying to dismiss it. He could have just flat out pushed her down and then revealed it to her. But instead, he had to like protect his own honor as she is just sitting there trying to dismiss. You can't dismiss a guy's frog. Come on, man. Of course, you're gonna say, oh yeah, this guy's frog is this, that. Of course, he's gonna be like, oh, really now? It just, oh man, I knew something was gonna happen, and then the dog shows up and it's like, Then he also messed up the second chance he had. Like when they're at the door and she's trying to say, Master Jinshi will always be Master Jinshi for me. He could have had that opportunity to be like, okay, it reassured him. It made him feel better about himself. So it made him feel like, okay, he's brave enough to kind of tell her, all right, this would be a good chance to tell her. Why would you give her the reward she's been asking for the longest before telling her? And then wondering, hey, answer, open the door. You messed up. You completely messed up. How? We know Maomao. He knows her more than we as viewers know her. You don't just give her reward and then think she's gonna then listen to you. No, she's gonna do her own thing. So he completely messed up. He should have just been like, can I come in? And just kind of explained it. They were apologizing for earlier. Okay, cool. Water under the bridge. It was funny, but water under the bridge. How are you going to reward her for that and then expect that she's going to listen to you afterwards? It's like he messed up. He completely messed up. And that's what I'm saying. His own emotions, kind of childish emotions here and there, kind of gets in the way. So, they're adults, it just completely messed that up. Regardless, this is what makes Apothecary Diaries so good. To have some of these spicy, funny moments in the midst of some serious stuff. I mean, there was a lot of secrets that were revealed in this one episode alone that we'll kind of go over a little bit. This is just a superb anime. And the fact that this is just the first cour of the season and next week's should start the next cour. Everything that has been established and fulfilled in the theme song, that has been the prophetic things that are going to happen, this was the last little bit. And we knew kind of from the theme song something spicy would be happening, and we got it. Definitely next week, we should be having some more to discuss and analyze as we get new openings and closings and see what goes on there. But first things first, let's go over this, because like I said, there are some secrets revealed here that were pretty interesting. So here we are. We know Jinshi's true name, Kazugetsu. So with the fact that he has a very interesting name, first thing I thought of when I heard that was, wait, it's closely related to Zangetsu, from Bleach, is the name of Ichigo's sword. Is like, all that kind of was pretty close. I'm like, oh, knowing his true name as the Moon Prince, it's like, okay, all right. There's a lot of stuff going on with Gaoshin. It's revealed here that that's not necessarily his name either, that apparently he became a eunuch due to a disagreement with the Empress. And then because of that, he changed his name from something that was Ma. Then he went to Gaoshan. He apparently he's a big deal and then is now just known as Gaoshan. Oh, they just trickling in information to us for us to kind of nibble and bite on, be like, what is going on here? So that's another secret that's gonna have to be revealed, and or more details about that in the future. We already knew before that Jinshi, of course, is the actual prince, and that it's kind of been rumored away that, oh, the prince doesn't ever really show himself because he has issues, you know, he's sickly and such. And it kind of was reinforced in this episode when you got this drunk guy, this other unit comes up, is like, hey, so, you know, is he really gonna be good enough to be the prince? Well, here he has a scar on him, that's why he's hiding his face. You know, all these little things that they probably have trickled out as rumors that are actually misinformation because they want to protect Jinshi for whatever reason. I honestly don't know why everyone's targeting Jinshi, and that's probably going to be revealed in the future, and probably why Jinshi wanted to reveal himself to Maomao, because as Gaoshan was saying, stuff is about to happen in the future, and for Maomao to know his secret, that will be helpful in her figuring out, you know, who's after them or what's going on. But instead, she's like, I don't want to hear it, la la la, and then, you know, talking about his frog. You know, she's gonna definitely figure it out herself, and she's come very close to figuring it out, but every time she kind of comes close to it, she kind of blocks out that line of thinking and just moves on. She just doesn't want to address it. And it probably has to deal with the fact that what she said earlier, being raised at the brothel, you know, babies don't really work out well at a brothel. So she was pretty much ignored up until the evening. Imagine having a baby cry all day in a room, secluded, and then no one kind of attends to the baby for long periods of time until the evening when they're done. It kind of hurt Maomao socially, and we can see that. We can see how she is, you know, a little different in the way that she is. So it kind of is revealing more about Maomao's past and how she is and how she kind of affects, which honestly explains to me why she never really tries to take the honor for herself. Like, I've talked about this before, like, she reveals the plan, she reveals some new thing about the mystery, but she kind of takes a step back and lets the higher ups, the other people, Jinshi or others, kind of take credit and or have that final answer. She like leads them up until the finish line and then lets go of their hand and let them step over, instead of actually giving them 100% of the answers all the time. To me, someone figures out a grand mystery, they're gonna wanna take the honor themselves. So I always wonder, it's like, why is she like this? Why is she so different? So this kinda helps to learn more about the thought processes of Maomao and makes me just enjoy her even more as a main character and just endear myself to her, because she's just so different and just so awesome that I love this show. It's just so good, it's so different. And they do a very good job of just addressing each and every character and just kind of trickle in some mysteries here and there. It's like little breadcrumbs. So then that way, each episode, we just want more, we want more. And then eventually this ride's gonna end. So, but until it does, I'm definitely gonna ride it all the way, hold my hands up, scream, and go around the bend and this roller coaster as much as possible. But anyway, great episode, loved it. You know, pretty awesome for a quasi mid-season finale, if you want to say. We get to start a whole new curve, if you will, next week. And I am looking forward to the new theme song, ending song, and what are they going to show us for the actual themes, what images that we can kind of piece together like we always do. So make sure you guys tune in here if you want to actually see some grand analysis, take every little section and figure it out and see what we can determine as each little secret comes into our possessions. So anyway, you guys be safe, take care, make sure you like the video, make sure you're not a stranger, because I enjoy reading guys' comments, Please, no spoilers, but I do enjoy the comments because, you know, it's good to talk about little things like this. I love a mystery. But you guys be safe. You take care of yourselves. And Lord willing, I will see you next week and next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.